Okay, the next thing we're going to do is remove the timing cover off the front of the motor. It's held on by 12 Allen bolts that go around the edge of it here, and there are little washers behind each one. So start by removing the 12 bolts. Make sure you get the little washers behind them. So I'm going to do that next. So I've removed all 12 bolts and washers from the timing cover. Then to pull the cover, we're going to use the tool again. There's a special small bolt that threads into the end of the crankshaft, just to protect the nose of the crank, since we're going to be pressing against that. Again, the tool and the presser bolt. This time we're using two M6 by 25 bolts that screw into the timing cover here, these two holes in the timing cover where the generator was mounted. So we'll thread these in. And as we tighten this, it will pull this cover off. But before you do that, you can heat this timing cover a little bit, so it'll make it come off a little easier. So I'll get a torch and put a little bit of heat around these bearing pockets, and that should make the cover come off easier. After getting this cover warmed up, we can tighten down the bolt to pull the timing cover off. And there it comes. And once you get the timing cover off, you'll want to make sure you get the oil breather plate. It may be on here, or it may be stuck to the cover, and it's just stuck on there with oil residue, oil film, so you can pull that off. That's the oil breather. And then behind the oil breather, there's a wave washer. And then behind the wave washer, there's a flat washer. So make sure you get those parts and keep them together for reassembly. Now is as good a time as any to remove the oil pan on the bottom of the motor. And it's self-explanatory. There are 12 bolts and washers that go around the oil pan, 10 millimeter. Go ahead and remove all those. Once you've got those 12 bolts off, the oil pan will come off and make a mess. That cleaned up. There's always some oil left in there. And then the next thing you'll want to remove is the oil baffle, oil strainer plate inside there. It's held on by two 10 millimeter bolts and a locking washer behind it. So just bend the locking washer flat. So you can remove those two bolts. And that's the oil strainer. we'll get this mess cleaned up a little bit.